Welcome to another Notes from the Field. This is actually my favorite video series to do because I get to share real experiences and learnings with all of you. There's no doubt that change is not easy for everybody. And in this economy and what's going on, there's a lot of change happening. But here's what I believe. I think most of us are okay with change. What we hate is being changed. When change happens, do you ever feel you have to give something up? I would love to change and lose a bunch of weight. But what I don't want to do is to be changed and have to change the way that I eat, what I drink, my lifestyle. And if you're feeling me, you know what I mean here. Change we don't mind. Being changed is the challenge. Do you want change? Do you want to win in the first place? And they all say? Yes. And then you say?
What are you going to do to change?
Are you willing to change? And they're like, what does that mean? As leaders, we have to understand some of the natural reactions that we get when we talk about change. First of all, change is awkward. Here's a really quick example. Put your hands together. How many of you have your right thumb over your left? Oh, you're weird. Whatever natural comes to mind. Now change them. Change is uncomfortable, is it not? It feels weird. It feels unnatural because it's something new. And under pressure, we revert back to what we know. But the second thing is change causes us to think, what am I going to lose? About 3 years ago, we were having an executive team meeting. We were all sitting around the table thinking about how do we make some changes to create some greater efficiencies and some greater service to some of our clients. And we had come to the conclusion of what that was going to look like. And it was the right move to make. Even 3 years later, it was the right move to make. But as we contemplated the change that would create with one of my executive team members, I had to have the conversation with him about what he was ultimately going to give up because I knew he was thinking about it. It didn't matter what he was going to get. It didn't matter that it supported the change that we wanted. But he had to give something up. He had to give up part of his team in order to change direction. But he felt like he was losing something. As leaders, we have to understand that that's an emotion that our team members go through. As leaders, it's an emotion that we go through. But then what do we do with it? How do we communicate that change to our teams so that we realize the emotion, but we address it? There's a couple of things I think we have to keep in mind. One, when we paint the vision of what that change is, we've got to make sure that the team understands the possibility. Team, consider the possibility. Person, consider the possibility of making this change. And here's the result, the impact that this change could have. But the third step is to be honest about the obstacles that we have to overcome. Here are some of the challenges with the change that we're going to talk about. But here's the steps that we need to take. And here's two key pieces. As your leader, here's my role in this change. Not, hey, we're in this together, even though the change impacts you, but not me. In this change, this is what I'm going to do, and in this change, this is what you're going to do. And as a result of it, this is the impact it will have on you, your career, potentially your family, those things that you love. Communicating the change, understanding the emotion with the change is absolutely necessary, especially with all of the change we're going through today. Think about this the next time you ask your team members to make a change.